So if you'll notice it, in last class, I have been taught you what is chemical reactions and real life examples like what is the chemical reactions taking place in our daily life. Like how to segregate chemical reactions, how to segregate physical reactions. That's all the things we discussed in the last class. So now, and also I have taught you that what is the main characteristics of chemical reactions, or else we can say features of chemical reactions. Means if chemical reaction will takes place, how we can notice it? What are the changes will happen in chemical reactions? So that is what we used to call as chemical reactions, characteristics of chemical reactions. For example, like simply I want to say, what do you mean by characteristics of chemical reactions? Means try to understand a simple changes which I can easily notice. Do you understand? Some chemical reaction taking place. So if I able to notice easily, so that is what we used to call as characteristics of chemical reactions. So that is only we can say features of chemical reaction. So totally how many features we have? One by one we will study. So how many there are?
6 features.
Yes, please. How many?
6.
Yeah, characteristics of chemical reactions. So anywhere, anyone you having doubt, you can stop me and ask me, but you have to say, remember that. So 6 chemical reactions which we can easily notice. That is why they are called as characteristics. Which we cannot notice, we cannot say. So now, what is the changes we can notice it? First change, anybody? Evolution of gas. Is it yes or no? So,
Sir.
most common characteristics of a chemical reaction which we can notice is most of the reactions, after reaction, some gas will evolve or some gas will release. That is why we can say the evolution of a gas. Like that, what is the second one? Formation of
Precipitate.
yes, I will say what do you mean by precipitation. Formation of a precipitate. Next, third one is what?
Change in color.
Change in
color.
Change in color. Next, the fourth one is
Change in
Change in
temperature.
temperature.
change in temperature, and the fifth one is change in state,
Change in state.
Change in state.
and the last one is change in odor.
Change in odor.
Change in odor. Change in odor means what I told you. It is
Smell.
understanding. That is
Smell.
change in odor. So now, one by one, we will discuss. So first one is what? Evolution of a gas. So I will give you examples and I will make it you understand also. So the first one is, so you can write first property is what? Evolution of gas. So now, as I told you, most of the chemical reactions, the common property is formation of gas after the reaction. Do you understand? So many chemical reactions, so many substances, once they will react chemically, so they will represent us, or we can notice it easily. The chemical reaction is carried out, that some gas is coming out from that. So that gas house are noticing means some kind of bubbles is used to form on it. Bubbles are used to form. So that bubbles indicating what? The bubbles are releasing means what it is indicating? It is indicating that gas is evolving. Understand, Elmokil? So how we can notice
Yes,
that is, so anywhere bubbles are evolving from that, we can notice it. It is the evolution of gas. So that chemical reaction is carried out or not?
Yes, sir.
So some chemical reactions are characterized by evolution of gas. First of all, remember, we're having 6 changes, 6 characteristics of chemical reactions. Is it 6 should be takes place in a chemical reaction? Is it 6 should be takes place in a chemical reaction? No.
Yes, sir.
You understand? No need to carry out the 6 characteristics in a single chemical reaction. Understand, Mukesh? Any one characteristic will take place also. We can say it is the chemical reaction. Do you understand, everyone?
Yes, sir.
That is you have to remember. Some chemical reactions will take place evolution of gas. Some chemical reactions will take place formation of precipitate. Some chemical reactions temperature increases, decreases. And remember, some chemical reactions together also will take place. Means evolution of gas and formation of precipitate. So all the characteristics cannot take place in single reaction, but one will take place also. We can say it is a chemical reaction. Do you understand, everybody? That
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
yes, please respond. Who is that? So no need to carry out all the characteristics in a single chemical reaction. Any one will take place also. We can say it is the chemical reaction. Understand, Sekti? So now if you notice it, evolution of a gas. So now, for example, let us take zinc. Now you should tell me. I will write only word equation. Remember, always the chemical reaction we can write in the form of two. Any chemical reaction, just for your performance, I'm saying. So one way you can write, that is chemical reaction, we can write in the form of equation. One is a word equation and another one is symbolic equation. What is that, guys? One is word equation, another one is symbolic equation.
Symbolic equation.
Remember in mind, even if I forgot, you should not forget. Whatever the chemical reaction will come, first you have to write in word equation, later on you have to write in symbolic equation. Understand, everybody? That is. Now, I'm saying you the example, evolution of gas. Let us take a zinc granules. So zinc granules, what do you mean by zinc granules? Zinc granules means zinc pieces. Understanding? So zinc is reacting with dilute sulfuric acid. So DIL, I have to keep it. Dilute. DIL means what, Shruti? DIL means dilute. Understanding? Sulfuric acid. Yeah, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid will gives you, understanding? So it will forms the things which will gives you zinc sulfate plus what is the products will come? Can anybody tell me? You have to tell me. Try to form and you tell me. So it will form you zinc sulfate. You understand, everyone? Zinc sulfate, and as well as here we don't want zinc sulfate. It will release as hydrogen gas. What will release as? Again, hydrogen gas. That is what it is. Now tell me symbolic equation. Zinc symbol is what, guys? Zinc symbol.
ZN.
ZN. Divide. Now, don't make it more for informative. Means state is not required now. Later we will study how to make the equation more informative. Dilute sulfuric acid. Take sulfuric acid formula. Anybody?
H2SO4.
King
H2SO4.
of acids. Okay, that is. So now, please respond. So zinc is going to react with the sulfate. Sulfate is the one polyatomic ion. Yes or no? Elmokel, Manyan, Samaya?
Yes, sir.
That is. So
Yes,
now
sir.
that is what it is. So what is the zinc valency? Tell me, anybody? Zinc valency.
Sir, 2 plus.
Yes,
2 plus.
4 will come. So zinc is 2 plus SO4. What is the valency? That is the reason I told you to.
2, sir.
Sir, 2
Yes.
minus.
2 minus. Very good, brothers. So that what will come?
Cancel.
Zn2 SO4 twice will come. So both are 2, 2. So it will be simplified into ZnSO4. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That you should know. You should
Yes,
not. That is. So why I am saying you, everybody should know the valencies very clearly. Okay. So that is, this is extra knowledge. We have to know because it is compulsory. Based upon this only questions will come. Plus, who is remaining here? Check it. Hydrogen gas.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen gas. So gas is evolving. You have to keep up arrow. Up arrow indicate what? Evolution of gas. Understand, everyone? Evolution of gas. So I can say this is the example of what? What characteristics we can say, guys? Evolution of gas. Understand? So zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas is evolving. So that I can say evolution of gas. Any doubt in this? Please respond. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Now, so what is the first characteristics we can notice it? Gas is forming. Evolution of gas, formation of gas we can say. So what we are taking here? Zinc granules. Understand? Means pieces of zinc. That is, you can remember. So zinc granules reacting with dilute sulfuric acid will form zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Or else you can take. Now, sir, how to notice the change? For example, you all know conical flask. You all know conical flask, Pradosh? Nitrate is not
Sir.
there, nitrate is there. Now, like you take the conical flask, add zinc granules. Take the few pieces of zinc granules. This is what it is indicating, guys. What is this? Zinc granules.
Zinc granules.
Understanding. So zinc granules. So now what you have to do means granules, jet granules. Now pour sulfuric acid. Do you understand, everybody? So it is a liquid, correct? So I'm showing you like this. This is indicating what? Sulfuric acid. Understand, everybody? So which acid? Dilute H2SO4. Dilute means not concentrated. Class 7th you studied. Acids are two types. Acids are two types. What is that? One is dilute acids. Another one is concentration.
Concentrated.
Dilute acid, remember, dilute acid, water percentage is more. Understanding? Water percentage is maximum. Acid percentage is minimum. Okay. That is the dilute acid. Concentration acid means reverse to it. What is that? You have
Acid
acid
and
maximum
Water
and
water percentage.
water is minimum. Understand, everybody? Yes? Clear. So now zinc granule dilute H2SO4. Now, as I told you, what will happen, guys? You can notice the bubbles are forming. What will happen? Bubbles are forming. So that is indicating what it is, evolution of gas. So you can notice it here. So some kind of bubbles used to form, like this. I'm representing with a color pen. So the bubbles are indicating, these bubbles are evolving. So this bubbles indicating which gas is evolving. Which gas is evolving, guys? Hydrogen gas is evolving. Understand? And where zinc sulfate will form, here itself the zinc sulfate will form. Understand, everybody? Please respond. That is you have to remember. So this is the first example of evolution of gas. Understand, Shruti, Aswita? Anybody is missing? Pradosh, check it name list. Anybody is missing? Let them know. Let me know. Ishali, understand, Ishali? Tamil Selvan? That is. Now this is the first example. So let us take. Now also you can notice it, everybody. This is the same one. We can say example of another one also. Now when the bubbles are forming, for example, if anybody will touch this, understand, Monish? If you will touch this with your hands, then you will feel very hot here. The conical flask is hot. So means in the sense of one more characteristics we can notice it. What is that, guys? Anybody? What is the
Change in temperature.
yes? Very good. So also we can notice it. It is an example of change in temperature. So two characteristics we are noticing here. So it is a chemical change or physical change? Chemical
change.
change. Hot means what? Rise in temperature. What it is? Rise in temperature. So that is what we can notice it. Understand, Mukesh? Clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
That is. So now second example we can make. We can make hundreds of examples. That doesn't matter. So we have to understand, that's all. Second example. I will say word equation. You have to write the balanced equation. Let me see. Zinc reacting with dilute hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid will give you, what will give you? Zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. Akshay, can you tell me the equation? One by one tell me, then only I can understand either how much you studied. Zinc chloride.
Zinc plus
Zinc symbol I want. Zn.
Zn plus
Yeah.
H2
L, hydrochloric acid will give you. Yeah, zinc chloride. Anybody, boys? Zinc chloride. Maitreyan?
Sir,
Yeah.
Zn
That is
Zn
and Cl. Then Cl2.
ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, now it is not balanced. ZnCl2, how it is coming? Shakti. Zinc is +2, chlorine is -1.
Cl minus.
So if you crisscross, ZnCl2 will come. Zn1Cl2, we can say ZnCl2. Understand everybody? Every equation starting, no problem. Paper is wasting, no issues. You have to write it. Now, balancing is also problem. You check it. Zinc is one atom balanced. Now, hydrogen here, 2 hydrogens are there, but here only one. So that you can keep here 2 HCl. Now, chlorine, see, chlorine 2 atoms are there. And here also, this 2 is applicable for both. So that I can say 2 hydrogen, 2 chlorine atoms. Yes or no, guys? So that is what it is. So this is the balanced equation. Everybody should remember. Okay, later I will teach you balancing, no worries. Now balancing, no need to concentrate, only concentrate on things, that's all. Have you noticed it, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is what we can say, the first characteristic. What is the first characteristic? Evolution of gas. Understand, Manya and Samaya? Alana, that is. So now, this is what everybody should understand it. Now, let us go to the second. Have you understand everyone? Characteristic. So the second characteristic. Now, what is the second characteristic?
Formation of precipitate.
Yeah, formation of precipitate. Now, before going to say you this, I want to say one more thing. That is aqueous state. As I told you, we know 3 states of matter. What is the 3 states of matter? Anybody? States of matter.
Liquid gas.
Solid liquid.
Yeah, you all people know solid. You all people know liquid. You all people know gas. Is it yes, guys? Please respond. Now, one more state I will say you. Those who don't know also you can remember. That is only we used to call it as aqueous state. What we used to call?
Aqueous state.
Yeah, aqueous state. AQUEOUS. Aqueous state. So, what do you mean by aqueous state means? Kindly remember, if something is dissolved in water, understanding, something dissolved in water, then that is called as aqueous state. Understand, everybody? Please respond. Something dissolved in water is called as aqueous state. Clear, everybody? Aqua means water. Means some substance is dissolved in water, that is called as aqueous state. Clear, everyone? So now onwards, we are going to get aqueous state also. So that is the reason I am saying you this. Is it okay, guys? Yes, that is. Suppose, for example, aqueous state means, suppose you might be taken hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is aqueous state or gaseous state, or sorry, liquid state. Anybody? H2SO4. H2SO4. H2SO4 is aqueous state or liquid state? Anybody? Aqueous state. Because H2SO4 is not the pure acid. It is dissolved in water. Do you understand? Dissolved in water. So that is why the state of this is aqueous state. Understand? Aqueous state we can represent with the AQ. Understand, Shakti? Mukesh? That is the clear thing you have to remember. So now, this is what I want to say you. So what do you mean by aqueous state? Something is dissolved in water, then it is called as aqueous state. So now, states of matter will be 4 states. What is that? Solid state, liquid state, gaseous state, and as well as what? Aqueous state. Clear? That is what you have to say. Now, coming to the formation of precipitate. First of all, I want to say you, formation of precipitate. So, coming to the meaning of precipitate means, try to understand everybody carefully. Suppose some chemical reaction is carried out. Some chemical reaction is carried out. Now, after reaction, understand, Elamokil? So, what is happening means, after reaction, some insoluble solid will form. Understand, bottom of the beaker, insoluble solid substance is forming. That insoluble solid substance, when after chemical reaction, some insoluble solid substance will form at the bottom of the container. So this insoluble solid substance only we used to called as, what we used to call, guys? Precipitate.
Precipitate.
Understanding, precipitation, and actually that substance is called as precipitate, and that reaction is called as precipitation reaction. What is to call? Precipitation reaction. That substance is called as what? That substance is called as precipitate, and that reaction is called as precipitation reaction. So types of reaction we will study. So now, what is precipitate, guys? A solid product which separate out the solution during chemical reaction. So once the chemical reaction carried out, an insoluble solid will form at the bottom of the container or bottom of the beaker. That is only called as precipitate. Understand, everyone? Can you able to remember this? Please remember. Yes or no? So that, first of all, write the meaning of precipitate. Precipitate is a what is that? A solid product. What is that? A solid product which separate out check, have you understand? Which separates out, neatly write it, which separate out from the solution, during a chemical reaction. That is what we used to call as, guys? It is called as precipitate. And this reaction is known as what, Pradosh? This reaction is known as precipitation reaction. Understanding? Precipitation reaction. It is the one type of reaction which we will study later of this chapter. Okay. Now known it. You can just write it known as precipitation reaction. Clear, everybody? Now can we study the example? Please respond. Can we study?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now, as I told you, precipitation reaction occurs, remember, only by mixing two aqueous solutions. What it is, guys? Two aqueous solutions. Understand? That is the reason I told you aqueous state. So precipitate will form how? We have to, it is forming by mixing of aqueous solutions. Understand, Ra? So that is the reason I told you it is only precipitation reaction will form by both the reactants. The reactants, what will take? Minimum reactants, how many? What is the minimum reactants? If you want to form the precipitate, the minimum reactants. So I told you, what do you mean by minimum reactants? Which are going to involve in the reaction. Yes or no? If we'll take arrow, this side will write reactants. What is this side, guys?
Product.
So, if you want to form the precipitase reaction, remember, guys, it won't be taught by everyone, but you have to know precipitation reaction. Whenever it will come to the scene, remember the reactants must be both. Minimum number of requirements is 2. How many? Two reactants will be there, one and another one. Understanding? So these reactants.
Product will be one.
Products, as I told you, one is aqueous state, you will get it. One is aqueous state plus another one is what? Precipitate will come. What is that? Understand, everyone? One is precipitate will come, another one is again aqueous state will come. But reactants must be aqueous state. Reactants must be what? Aqueous state. Or they must be either one is gas, one is in aqueous state. Understand, guys? Either the substances must be in aqueous state or in gaseous state. Gaseous plus aqueous state. So then only the precipitation reaction will carried out. Laksha, do you understand? Precipitation reaction will carried out. only reactants, either both is aqueous state, or one gas and one aqueous. Very, very important. Suppose if I'll take two solids, two liquids, two gases, is it possible to carry out the aqueous precipitation reaction? Not possible. Understand everybody? So precipitation reaction only carried out either the reactants both are aqueous state or one aqueous and one gaseous state. That is the point you have to remember. So if you want to carry out the precipitation reaction, so what is the state of reactants, guys? See, I'm shouting.
Two aqueous.
What is the state of reactants, guys? Either
Two
they are
aqueous.
aqueous state or one is aqueous state, one is in
And plus aqueous.
Gaseous state.
understand, Shruti? That is what I am saying you. Okay. See, this concept characterized chemical reaction, hardly 10 minutes people will finish. But questions will come from this only. So that is the reason important. Every point is important. So that is the reason we are studying number of days and the change in color and all. The colors is very, very important. That is the reason we are studying this, because class 10th chemistry, first chapter, 90% they will ask you change in colors only. So that is why everything we have to be clear idea when precipitation reaction takes place. So immediately minds would say either the both reactants should be aqueous state or at least one must be aqueous and another one must be gaseous state. That is the thing you have to take it. Now, shall we write the example? Shall we write the examples?
Yes, sir.
Get ready for the formation of things. Now, you already know so many examples. So now formation of precipitate, we can say, first one, let us take. So this reaction, what we used to call Ra? What is this reaction called as? What is this reaction called as?
Precipitation reaction.
Precipitation reaction.
Okay. So now let us take barium chloride, as I told you. Barium chloride. CHLORID, barium chloride reacting with sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate. Now, what is the products will come? Tell me. What is the state of this both guys? Aqueous state. Understand everyone? What is the state of this?
Yes. Aqueous state.
Aqueous state. Understand? So see, same reaction can come more examples also. That is also you have to remember. Okay, same examples can come so many places. Doesn't mean that we cannot say like that. Okay, so that is what you have to remember. So what is that? Sodium sulfate, barium chloride reacting with what? Sodium sulfate. Then what is the products will come? You have to tell me. Anybody?
Sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride, very good. Barium sulfate. Let me write first barium sulfate. First one, what will come? Barium
sulfate
plus what is remaining? Sodium and
chloride.
Chloride.
Sodium chloride. So all of you remember here, if you'll notice it, as we know, insoluble substance. What is insoluble solid substance? Aqueous state. What will come? Tell me. So now I will say you remember. So what is the chemical equation? Tell me. This is the word equation. Symbolic equation. Tell me. Barium chloride. Anybody? Barium chloride. That is the reason I told you BaCl2. So I will say the formula Ba2 plus chlorine is -1. So if you exchange, what was to come? BaCl2. Clear? Everybody, Asita plus sodium sulfate. Tell me.
Sir.
You already know. Please respond and tell me. Sodium sulfate. Sodium.
Na2SO4.
Na2SO4.
Very good. Okay. That is girls only, not all speaking. Sodium is +1. Sulfate is what, guys? Sulfate is
2
This is the reason I told you to learn that, so that sulfate Na2SO4. Understand, Laksha, Aswita? That is next. Barium sulfate. Tell me, barium sulfate. What will come? BaSO4.
BaSO4.
Ba2 plus SO4 2 minus. Everything right neatly. So Ba2 SO4 twice will come. Shakti, have you understand, Shakti? So that both will be simplified. So what will you get, guys? Sai BaSO4. So plus Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride already you people know. What is that?
NaCl.
NaCl.
Okay, Lakshmi.
NaCl.
NaCl.
NaCl2.
NaCl2. NaCl.
Only NaCl, sir.
Cl minus.
Cl minus.
Understand, brothers? See, nobody will teach class 10th like this because already you learned in class 9, they will say. But now why I am saying you? Because you are not supposed to commit any mistake in balancing the equations. That is the reason I am saying you like this. Now, state also, as I told you, what is the state of these two? Both respond me. Aqueous state.
Aqueous state.
Both are aqueous state. BaSO4 also aqueous state only. And NaCl is what? NaCl is
Precipitate.
precipitate. So precipitate we can represent with the PPT. Understand everyone? What is this? What is this?
Precipitate.
Precipitate. Sorry. So sodium chloride solution is solution. Small error. It is. Barium sulfate is the precipitate and NaCl solution we used to get, not solid. So BaSO4, barium sulfate is the precipitate, PPT, and PPT dot is precipitate. NaCl is solution will form. Solution means aqueous state. Clear everybody? Yes? Barium sulfate. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now
Yes, sir.
remember, this is the indicating example of what we can say. It is the indicating example of formation.
Formation.
Aqueous state.
Formation.
Formation of precipitate.
Clear everybody? That is what I want to say. Now, any doubt in this you can ask me. So PPT, how we can represent? How we can represent PPT? PPT, precipitate dot, if you write, it is indicating precipitation. Understand everyone? Precipitate. Okay?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we should put down arrow for precipitate, no, sir.
Precipitate down we have to keep. Down, base, subscript. Clear?
Sir, no, sir, arrow.
Which are
Down arrow. Down arrow we will put, no, sir.
down arrow also we can keep. Down arrow also we can keep. But standard one PPT, or else we can keep down arrow also. That is also we can keep. No, nothing wrong. Okay. Down arrow also we can keep or PPT. Gas up arrow. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. That I will teach you while I'm teaching making the equation more informative. Okay. That is by the time.
Okay, sir.
This is the first example. Now, second example we'll write. I will say word, you have to say the chemical equation. First example, any doubt, guys? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, anybody, everyone you have to ask me, any doubt you have to ask me, because don't know also try to study now onwards. Now, lead nitrate, let me see who will say. This is the most important reaction. Lead nitrate reacting with potassium iodide. Oh, I am writing like this. Okay, I will erase it and I'll write the symbols. Potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. Okay, will gives you potassium iodide will gives you. Shruti, it is the solution. Solution means it is aqueous state. But if you carried out the reaction, it will get the solid insoluble substance at the bottom of the beaker, so that it is indicating it is the precipitation. Understand, Shruti? But while you're taking, you have to take barium chloride is the aqueous state. It is a solution. So sodium sulfate also it is solution. We have to take the solutions only. If we take solid, reaction won't carried out. Understand, Shruti? Yeah. If whenever want to form the precipitate, both the reactants, both must be either aqueous state or one, what I said, one aqueous state, one gaseous state. Then only it will. Okay, that is. So lead nitrate plus potassium iodide will give you lead iodide. Understanding? Lead iodide. Oh, again I'm writing formula because it's become a habit for me. That is what? Lead iodide. Lead iodide.
Potassium nitrate.
Yeah, very good. Very good, Pradosh. Lead iodide. Actually, lead iodide, we can say lead 2 iodide. Lead 2 iodide. Also, we can say. Plus, what is that second product? Potassium nitrate.
Potassium nitrate.
Nitrate.
Right side by side only. I don't have space. I am writing down. Clear, everyone? Potassium nitrate. Now, symbolic equation. Let me say, lead nitrate. Who will say? Boys or girls?
Sir.
Maitreyan.
Sir, PB,
Yeah.
PbNO3 twice.
PbNO3 twice. Very good. So how it will come? Pb 2 plus. Nitrate is a polyatomic ion -1. So fill crisscross. What is to come, guys?
PbNO3 NO3 twice.
Pb1 NO3 polyatomic ion twice. So that it is PbNO3. Any doubt? PbNO3 twice. Clear? Yes or no? PbNO3 twice.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Potassium iodide. Anybody? Potassium. Potassium iodide. K plus 1, iodine -1. Both are 16th. Understanding? This is 16th group. So K1I1, which is equals to Ki. So potassium iodide, Ki. Next will give you lead iodide. Anybody? Lead iodide.
Sir,
P-
PBI.
Sir, PB.
PBI2. Elemokel. PBI2. So why
I2
PB2 plus iodine
Iodide.
minus
cross is to get PBI2. Clear? Plus next potassium nitrate. So potassium
K.
KNO3. Why? Why?
KNO
Potassium is +1. Nitrate is minus
O3 -1.
-1. Very good, Monish. So K1 nitrate is NO3 1. So we can represent Adarshan. What I can write? 1 is coming, so that no need bracket. So I can write KNO3. That's all. So this is the equation. Understand, Delmokil? Alana?
Sir.
Now, as we know this, what is the state of this? Shruti? This is aqueous state. Okay. This state also aqueous state. Now, PBI2, it is, we used to get a yellow color PPT. What is the color of this one? Yellow PPT. Remember, so color is also important because here one more characteristic changing place. What is another characteristic? One more characteristic.
Change in color.
Change in color.
Change in color.
Change in color.
Precipitate. Very good. Formation of precipitate. And we used to get this one is what? Aqueous state.
Aqueous state.
So that is.